Hello everyone and welcome to the bee farm. So over there looking at the bees earlier today. I cannot wait to get into this hive today. I cannot wait. I'm not going to go very far, but just here's what it looked like last week. You can see there's not a whole lot of bees. There was some. It had grown. I'll put week one, and then when we first put them in the beehive, this is what they look like. This was the next week, and this was, I think, week three, and this is week four. Might have been week two, and then we skipped a week in week four. I can't remember. But this is what week four looks like. Now we're going to get into the super. We're not going to get any lower than the super. I just want to see if they're in the super yet, and drawing it out with wax, honeycomb, or anything. Now while we're making our way over there, I kind of wanted to tell y'all a little bit about this project that me and the wife and got going on out here. Um, I Back in 1941, a man named James Demetrius Price was my grandfather. He drove down. This was just an old red clay road back in 1941. It was ditches on both sides of it. It was all grown up. This property was full of trees, everything. And he drove down here, right down here where this house is, and he said, "I want to call this home." There was, excuse me, there was an old dog trot house there. If you don't know what a dog trot house is, I'll try to find a picture of one and put it up right here, so you can get an idea what they were living in out here. It was nothing special. Over here in this area back here, there was a sharecropper house. A sharecropper is a person that lives on somebody else's property and helps them work the land. There was somebody living in the property, living in the house, from what I understand. And my grandfather, James D. Price, kept the agreement with the previous owner with them and told them they could just stay there. And they could grow whatever they wanted to out here. And whenever they got ready to move on, he would just not let anybody, wouldn't move anybody else in there. And that's exactly what he did. I don't know when they moved out. I have no idea. But when they did, he just tore the house down, filled in their well, and all that kind of stuff. So back in around 1991, the house that's down there now, my grandfather passed away in it. I mean, he did make it his home. He stayed there, excuse me, most of his life. My mother grew up down there. I think she was 2 when they moved in. Anyway, so then my Uncle Stanley got the place, and he cared for it. And I believe, I don't know if you can see over here along this drive over here, a whole bunch of crepe myrtles. He planted all those crepe myrtles, and I guess, I don't know. Never knew if he did it. I don't know who did it. But anyway, with all that said, when my Uncle Stanley died, I acquired a little bit of this, and my grandfather bought 100 acres out here, and I acquired 6 of it. Just so I could have some place to come, just to hang on to it, memories and stuff like that. We used to stomp and romp out here when I was a child all the time. Anyway, we bought it. We really didn't have any plan for it when we did buy it. We just came out here, started cutting grass, chopping down trees, kind of making it to where we could pull our camper out here every once in a while. And we had no power. We had to run a generator out here while we was out here. So it worked. And we still don't have any power out here, though. We have no water source or anything like that out here either. It's still just raw land that we have kept mowed, and we've got certain areas of it that we maintain. We've got certain areas of it, like back here. You can see this white flags right here. We're going to mow that twice a year. We're going to mow it when it starts cooling off and the grass starts dying. And then we're going to mow it in the early spring when the grass starts coming back. Other than that, we're going to let it grow. We're hoping to get a bunch of wildflowers in there so the bees can... No, when we're doing this, we decided to make a beehive, have a beehive. I told my wife I want to have a beehive. And she said, well, go ahead. I don't care. She said, sounds kind of cool to me. And so then I decided, well, I don't want a beehive. I want a bee farm. So we decided we wanted to make this a... environmentally not necessarily environment friendly, but I don't know, just a place where the bees can come, where the bees can be here, other wildlife can come in, and have plenty of nectar and pollen. We want birds in here. We've got pecan tree up there we're planting, hoping to bring some squirrels in. I spread bird seed out here, try to bring the birds in this little area out here. So we're trying to let some of it grow up. When all this stuff over here on the sides, we're going to leave it alone. We might thin it out a little bit. We got some honeysuckle growing in there, some privet, I don't know, privet, whatever it is growing in there. And we don't really want to mess with that because that's pollen. And right now the bees seem to be loving this being their home. They're doing real well. They're growing unbelievably well. I'm really surprised at how well they're growing out here. I'm thinking next week I'm probably going to throw another hive body, deep body underneath them, and let them grow even more, and maybe even throw another honey super on top. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they've gotten in the honey super or not yet or not. So that's kind of what we're going to look at today. See if they've gotten in the honey super. But yeah, that's what we're doing out here. We're just kind of making it a place. We pulled flowers and stuff out of our gardens at the house, like this tree right here, this elm tree right here. We pulled it out of the garden at the house because we really didn't want an elm tree growing in our flower bed. So I dug it up, brought it out here and planted it. Same thing with this pecan tree over here. I dug it up. I didn't want it growing in my flower bed. Matter of fact, be real honest with you, I can't stand a pecan tree because they're just messy. You don't get any pecans off of them unless you got like 5. You got to have more pecans than squirrels eat. Squirrels eat them all up. So yeah, if you don't have 5 pecan trees or more, you ain't getting no pecans off of them. Anyway, we brought it out here to let it grow, give it room to soar. Say, Anyway, we've got another area up here that we're doing the same thing too. Back here behind me, we got white flags are marking these areas so we know where to stop our mowing because we don't want to mow in there, like I said, twice a year. Late fall, early spring, just to let it so it doesn't get too overgrown. Snakes, that sort of thing. We've already seen a couple of snakes out here, and we just really don't want them around, but we're going to have them. So we're making our way over here to the beehive. That's all we got out here. That's what we're doing. Eventually, we're going to have power pulled out here so we can do our honey harvesting and stuff out here. So we don't have to run a generator when we want to come out here and camp, that sort of thing. Anyway, but that's about all I can tell you about the place. It's old land. It's clean land. There's never been anything planted here. I can take my metal detector out here and run it over across the ground. If you know anything about metal detecting, I can run it across the ground with no filters on it and get no sound whatsoever. I do that at the house, and just all kinds of noise up in there. Because I live in town. I live in a city here in North Louisiana. And but yeah, there's never been anything grown out here. The only thing that's ever been out here that I know of is cows. That's it, just chewing grass. And I'll show you some drone footage right here. You can see how far out everything is. We don't have anything around us as far as agriculture goes or anything like that. So we don't have anything to worry about the bees getting any kind of insecticide or anything like that. So, all right, we're walking up on this hive. Look at how many bees we got now. This is incredible. Incredible. Look at all those bees. Jeez Louise. I made a rhyme. Didn't mean to do that. All right. So let's see what they're doing in the honey super. Of course, every time I come out here, I forget something. Sometimes I forget a tripod. Sometimes I forget to bring water out here. Sometimes I forget to bring something to eat. Sometimes I forget whatever. But this time, of all things to forget, I forgot to bring a lighter. So I'm gonna get in here without any kind of smoke on these guys. I know it's kind of crazy, but that's what I'm gonna do. So you know what? I forgot my bee tool, my hive tools and claw and all that anyway. So I'll be right back. Well, it's a nice overcast day. I mean, it's probably in mid to upper 70s, so it's not miserable at all. So the bees aren't hot, I don't guess. Hopefully they'll be nice. Um, so yeah, I think it rained a little bit out here yesterday, but hopefully these, I know it rained a lot where I live in town. So hopefully these bees will be nice. And let me show y'all some stuff. Now what I'm going to do is when I open this thing up, I'm going to show last week's or last video's footage of that same shot, and so y'all know exactly how much these things have grown, because this is incredible. Let's pop this top off. Now we'll get this inner cover out of the way. Nice and slow. Since I don't have any smoke, we're going to take our time. Alright, here we are, top of the honey super. A lot more bees in there up there this week. Let's pull one of these frames out and see what we got. Do one on the end. See where they're starting to work on it a little bit on the point right on the end over there. Check one in the middle. See how that's looking. Here's what the middle one looked like last week. I'll have to break it open. They're starting to get a little feisty. Let me let them calm down a little bit. Let them get off of me. All right. I don't want to get stung doing this again. Got stung last week. Yeah, look at that. Starting to draw out a little comb on there. Oh yeah. Look at that. Let's check the next one. Yeah, they're starting to work on it a little bit in there. That's exciting. I believe that's about it. Let's check this. Let's check a couple of more. Since we're here, we might as well, right? No, they're starting to work on it a little bit. That middle one's really exciting. I didn't know whether they'd get up in the honey super or not. So we'll probably give them another week. Probably give them another week on this, and then after that we'll got a little bit more coming on that next one too. Ooh, man, they're all over me right now. Yeah, look at that. They're working on it. That's all we got up there so far, though. I'm not gonna get down into the brood box, anything like that. So that's all we're gonna do right now. I don't want to disturb them too much. So because they're in there working hard right now, doing exactly what we need them to do. Now we'll probably let them go another week, and then we'll throw another hive body, deep body underneath them, and let them start filling that up. From everything I've read and heard, is you put another deep body underneath them, and they'll work their way down into that. As because they want to work from the bottom up, they'll start pulling comb out on that, and then they will pull the queen down there and let her start laying eggs and larvae and stuff like that down there. And then we might actually throw another brood box on, another honey super on top of it once they get 3 or 4 frames in here full. Let's see what the bottom board looks like. I check that just to see what's going on in there. See some ants, but that's about it. I think they get in there and eat that nasty stuff they drop out of the hive. I ain't never seen one up in the hive, just on this bottom board. I don't see any like varroa mites or anything like that that's falling off. Just some nasty stuff dropping out of the hive, I guess, where they keep it clean. All right, well, let's get this hive closed back up. That's all we're going to do today. There we go. I got more horse flies flying around me out here than I do actual bees. So horse flies are more annoying than bees, as far as I'm concerned. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully y'all tune in next week. Like and subscribe, please. I've had several people start subscribing to my channel, and y'all just don't even know how much I appreciate that. I think last time I looked, I think I had 26 subscribers, so it's not a whole lot. But every one of y'all, I do appreciate it. So y'all like and subscribe, become a part of this, and help me out a little bit. And I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking about it. I enjoy showing y'all what we're doing out here on the bee farm, and I'm really loving this. I'm really having a good time with it. We're planning on growing it. We plan on having another beehive here pretty soon. I mean, I plan on throwing another deep body underneath here, and once I get that filled up, I'm just going to start splitting hives. I don't know exactly when to do it. Don't know how to keep them from swarming and all that. I'm learning this as I go, so y'all can learn it with me. If you're watching this and you see me doing something that I really shouldn't be doing, let me know. Put it in the comments. Say, hey man, no, not yet, don't do that. Let me know, because I really don't know what I'm doing. The peppermint looks good down here. Planting this mint and stuff down here. Keep hive beetles. Horse flies, man. Good grief. Anyway, y'all like and subscribe. Appreciate every one of y'all for watching. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see y'all on the next one.